Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about big data, the kind of data which is being generated over the internet or the cloud telephony. So, a lot of data is being generated over the years since the advent of internet technology. When any new data is generated, it becomes a part of the big data and how the analysis is being done and how it is being used for finding pattern applications or how it is being used for innovating. So, recapitalization of the new data which is being generated is very, very important, and how the data will deliver value in the long run for any business entity is what the goal of a company is to analyze the data which is being generated. For example, if we talk about retail sector or we talk about e-commerce sector, whereby we the analysis part of the data is like how much time the person was there on that website, what was the purchase demand, what color that person likes, or what size that person likes. So data driven market. So when we talk about even the analysis and how that analysis can be used in the share market or how that analysis can be used in the blockchain technology. So a lot of data is being generated, and how the big companies or the Fortune 100 companies are using it is of prime importance. And the sentiments of the the human behavior, the sentiments is being analyzed by different mathematical algorithms, and those new types of mathematical algorithms which might be neural based can be filed for a patent application. When we talk about patent application, it is actually the intellectual property, which means creation of mind, which is being protected by way of filing patents. When we file patents, obviously patent is a contract between the government and the company or the innovators who are disclosing their technology. So, tech focused company in the long run, if we see the current scenario, even the share market of the companies like Apple, Samsung, in the Indian context, GE is doing very well. Then we have, which is HUL, that is Hindustan Unilever. And if we see the current trends on an average, profit right now is in Indian INR is 1185 crores, and the main verticals in which HUL or the Hindustan Unilever is seeing a rise is in the detergent. And talk about detergents, there has been a rise about 13%, or the caring products for the personal grooming is 8%. So if we see the innovations which have happened in the detergent industry also, and in the personal grooming industry, it accounts to almost 21% increase for the company. And seeing the patent portfolio of HUL, one can talk about why the company good. And in this, the economic scenario is quite slow in India also. So innovation is the key. Though the end result is, even if we talk about any sector or any vertical of a company, as when we talk about HUL, it is the detergent and the personal grooming sector. So you need to identify the sectors in which you would like to do your research, because doing research in the right sector will actually give you a lot of profits in the long run. So again, a very important factor is the demand supply. It's not that what you're doing research is important, but there should be a demand supply in the market. So when we talk about demand supply, who are your consumers? You need to do your SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis basically identifying strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So whatever the threat you have from XYZ company, make it an opportunity for you. That's the role of a strategist in a company. And we at TCIS can actually help you understand and do the SWOT analysis of your competitors, not only in terms of their IP, but also what kind of research are they doing. So we need to understand that it's not only the numbers which is important in the long run, but however, the kind of innovations or the sectors in which there is a demand, research should be done in that sector. Another very important news which is there is tech company stocks depend on the IP. IP is again your intellectual property, which is created and protected. And IP is not only filing patent applications, IP is also the brand value. IP also includes the technical know how of the people who are part of the core team. So, even if a company is planning to go in public in few years from now, so you need to create an IP. So the right time is at the inception stage. Start protecting your IP. And when we talk about, on a yearly basis, some amount of money is kept for advertisement, start keeping a particular percentage of that amount for generating intellectual property or doing IP research, or in general terms, you can say it's research and development. And when you're actually targeting the rich investors, current scenario talks about what kind of IP is there. Because in the long run, if we see why US as a superpower is more because of the kind of patent applications or the kind of technology innovations they have. So India is a country of so much rich people who are very intelligent, and because of the brain drain activity, the best of the brains are not in India. But anyhow, people are coming back, things are changing. So we need to identify the important industry trends. Even if you see Tencent revenue model, the largest share or the larger part of what they're earning is from the gaming sector and the advertisement sector. Again, gaming and advertisement go hand in hand. Who, like, when we talk about the gaming sector, who are we targeting? Who is the target audience? It's not only the kids, but different age groups. They still like to play games, and that's how these companies are able to, even if they are losing out in some verticals, they are gaining in other verticals. Say for example, Tencent's revenue, if even if if they have invested in e-commerce platform, it is not working, but what have they generated? We should analyze that. What they have generated is the big data, the data of the sentiments of, and the human behavior analysis give rise to different algorithms, and the different algorithms can be used to drive the sentiments of people to purchase more of their stuff in other verticals. So it's not they are going in losses. It is more that what they are gaining out of the big data. So you need to analyze what data are you giving. The day you come online, your privacy is zero. You lose everything. Everything is being stored in cloud. Everything is being monitored. Even your mobile phones, it is monitoring your tracking your location. So it's a boon in many ways. Having said that, let's talk about some policy pieces which are important in terms of innovation, how policies are changing in India in the current era. The patent applications, earlier the time frame was somewhere between 7 to 8 years to get a patent grant, but in the current scenario, it has come down to approximately 5 years. And in the coming years, what I feel personally is seeing a difference within 2 3 years. One should be able to get a patent application granted in India. Filing is something else, but getting what kind of claims granted, patent claims is the crux of the invention, and I talked about that in some of my earlier videos. So the puzzle which needs to be solved is what kind of technology you would like to protect, and how it will be beneficial for the society, and how you can actually work with the government in formalizing the economy. Because a lot of ideas being floated, a lot of conferences are being organized for IoT sector, that is Internet of Things. Then we have SaaS based models, enterprise models, and we need to address the problem. We need to come up with sustainable innovations which are cost effective. In India, when we talk about innovations, something which is expensive won't work, because we as Indians, we look for cost effective services. It should be comprehensive. Whatever kind of innovation you're working on, work along with a patent attorney or a patent lawyer or a techno legal person who's able to understand, and you might give him or her an equity, and you can analyze how to go about making your IP, or generating your IP from your current business. So a lot of strategies can be formulated in a business model. And when we talk about innovation, in the current scenario, a lot of IP is being filed in artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, again, is neural networks. The base remains the same. The kind of data is being generated, what kind of models are going to be used to analyze that, and that can be used to drive the current businesses. So another very important innovation is in the enterprise sector. Then we have healthcare sector. Healthcare health is very very important. Health is wealth. So having said that, healthcare sector is the sector to even think about, what kind of mobile apps can be made to solve simple problems. Then go to market strategy. What are the go to market strategy innovations which are happening? And obviously one has to be optimistic enough to dream a big innovation. See, innovation is something when you talk about at an individual level. Be a dreamer and a doer, and it starts with an idea. You're sitting in XYZ place and something strikes you. Okay, this is a problem being uh, which is being say for example any possible scenario, like you go somewhere and you face a problem. So what's the solution? Coming up with a solution and being optimistic and seeing if there's a market for that solution, and doing a market research at your stage is not very difficult. But you should be confident enough that you want to invest your time and money. Is it of value or not? Many a times we get sentimental. Again, the big data analysis talks about sentiments, but at the same time, we actually forget what kind of innovations can be protected. However, investing in what kind of innovation, maybe it's a financial sector, fintech industry is again taking a lot of IP is being generated in fintech industry. And talking about fintech, it's financial technology. And when you talk about finance is like the new age. New age technology is the blockchain technology. Blockchain is basically how the money is going to be routed across the globe. So digital currency, going digital, it's the new buzzword. But at the same time, you need to understand companies do invest in IP, and in the long run, it is going to be beneficial to you. So if you have any questions regarding what kind of intellectual property in terms of finding patent applications or brand strategy, then you have industrial design, contracts, trade secrets, then you have open source software contract agreements. So we can assist you with those services. If anything else is of your interest, we would be happy to discuss. And happy patenting. Bye bye. Take care.